Hi guys! I thought that today we could talk about holiday baking swaps and things that you can do to make sure that you stay on track with your health goals during this holiday season. So the holidays are usually spent around the table, eating, drinking, and surrounded by family and loved ones. Even though home-cooked meals can be quite delicious, they may not comply with our health goals, especially when it comes to baked goods. So for all of your baking needs, I've compiled for you a list of easy and simple swaps that you can do to make sure that your baking is a little bit healthier this year. The first thing on my list is shortening. Shortening is 100% fat, and not the good kind of fat. And some brands still contain trans fats, and those that do not contain trans fats are highly processed. Not only is shortening high in calories, but it is also low in nutrients. So instead of using shortening, I recommend using butter, ghee, or coconut oil. The second thing on my list is refined flour. Now I know that white flour and refined flours end up looking really good in baked goods because they come out of the oven looking light and golden and picture perfect. However, they lack fiber and any kind of nutrient really, so they end up being an empty calorie, which means that they spike your blood sugar and your insulin levels. Refined flours can also increase your risk of obesity and can actually drive overeating through the same mechanisms we talked about, raising and spiking your blood sugars and raising insulin levels. So what should you use instead? Sprouted flours are a really good choice. Almond flour, coconut flour, and any kind of ancient grain. Millet, buckwheat, those are all good choices. Be careful with gluten-free flours because a lot of them do contain high sugars, they're refined, and they contain a lot of starch, potato starch, tapioca starch, as well as arrowroot starch, which ends up spiking your blood sugar just as refined flours would. Refined sugar or white sugar is next on the list and probably doesn't need an explanation as to why this made it on the list. We all know what it does to our body, our brain, and our behavior. So instead, why not use coconut sugar, maple syrup, honey, or stevia as a sweetener? You can also use applesauce in certain recipes, especially if you're making muffins, cupcakes, or cakes. And what I really like about using applesauce in baked goods is that it keeps them nice and moist. Food coloring is the next one, and that's a big one during the holiday season. We actually don't have a full understanding as to how much food coloring can impact our health. But what we do know is that it can lead to allergies, skin concerns such as chronic hives, as well as ADHD in kids. Who says that white and naturally colored baked goods can't be the new thing? They taste just as good and end up being a lot healthier. If you are looking to add color to your baked goods, I would recommend that you look into using natural food coloring or making your own. I have a recipe on my website for how to make your own food coloring if you are interested, and it's derived from either vegetables, fruits, or superfoods, so that way you can still add color and have fun with color, but it ends up being healthier. So the link I will make sure to put in the description if you are interested in checking that out. The last thing on my list is baking powder. Now I know this might confuse a lot of you as to why baking powder made it on the list of things that you should swap out, but the issue with baking powder is that a lot of the ones that you find in the store still contain aluminum, and we know that that's not something we want to be ingesting. So I would recommend that you look for a brand that says specifically that it is aluminum free, or you can easily make your own, and there are loads of recipes online to help you make your own. They're usually made from baking soda, arrowroot starch, and lime or lemon for its acidity. And there you have it. Sometimes big changes happen when you first start by making small ones. A healthier you doesn't necessarily mean a total lifestyle change. Making small changes in your daily life can lead to meaningful shifts. I wish you all happy and healthy holidays this year, and don't forget to follow me on social media. All my links are in the description below.